welcome back to Correctional Officer Stories for Now. As always, I'm your host. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to bring some quick updates here. I know that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of questions, and can't answer them all. But I've just got some things going on, and I'm trying to get to your questions, so bear with me. I'll just stop by the house really quick and grab something, and then I'll be headed back to what I'm doing. But anyway, appreciate you tuning in. I know I'm not very enthusiastic, but excuse me here. That's what happens when you use your cell phone to record. Listen, I know there's a lot of questions related to the stimulus, and a lot of people haven't received their their stimulus checks yet. They didn't get the first one, they didn't get the second one, and or both, right? So, just to be clear, the IRS is not going to reissue any payments after the 15th of January. We are past that, so they are not going to reissue. Now, they are going to reissue direct deposits, stimulus checks, and debit cards. So direct deposit, stimulus check, debit card, or check. You may get one of the three directly from the government if you worked with a tax preparation company. If you didn't, odds are you're not going to receive a check unless you claim the recovery rebate credit. Now, like I said before, don't claim the credit if you have already been paid. If you haven't been paid and you are eligible and they owe you that stimulus money, claim it. If you're going to get a refund, it'll increase the amount. Unfortunately, if you owe a tax liability for the current year 2020 or last year, it'll decrease your refund. It doesn't have anything to do with previous debt to the IRS. It's current debt to the IRS. It's not going to kick you a check. It's going to just offset what you currently owe for tax year 2020. Is that ridiculous? Yes, I think so. It ought to just trigger a separate check to where that can be issued. However, that's not going to happen. Now, people are asking, well, you're going to be audited. I'm going to get audited. It's going to kick out some code and the IRS is going to audit me. Who cares? If you are legit and you legitimately claim the recovery rebate credit that's owed to you, then you get audited. You provide them what they want, what they need. So if you have a closed bank account, you can show that your bank account was closed and that stimulus check went to that account. Done. That's all they're going to be looking for. Or you didn't receive a check in the mail. It's 2021, people. They can track what you did with that stimulus check. They're going to know if you cash it. Unless you're you come up with some way where they just can't figure it out. They are going to realize that you cashed that check. As I said in my previous video, let's use some common sense here, please. That's all it takes is some common sense. If you need to get at me because you need some tax help or questions, let me know. As I said, I do taxes, and I'm pretty knowledgeable in that area. I may misstate some things or whatever, but if I do, just you can Google it. Google's your friend. It will tell you all kinds of stuff. Here we go again. I always forget to put do not disturb. Anyhow, Joe Biden is wanting to get that $1,400 stimulus out ASAP. He just said it today. He wants to get that payment out. How long is it going to take to get that payment out? It still has to be voted on. It's going to get through the House. Where it may stall is in the Senate, even though the Senate is now ran by a majority of Democrats. Chuck Schumer is now the majority Senate leader. It's no longer Mitch McConnell. So he'll bring it to a vote and hopefully it gets through. It needs 60 votes. And then Biden will obviously quickly sign off on it and then the IRS will begin to issue payments out. I spoke to them, I spoke to the IRS, and they said they will not let you update your account information at this time. Nor does it look like they're going to allow you to do that going forward. And that's because of fraud, as I've stated in my previous videos. It's unfortunate. It may go to that same closed account that you closed months ago, and then you're going to have to wait for a check. They will reissue checks at that point. The guy said that. So they probably will. They'll have time to reissue checks unless the bill dictates otherwise. But it would be just like in last April when they sent that $1,200 stimulus check out. If it got returned or went to a closed bank account or whatever, they ended up reissuing a check or a direct debit card. Yes, it takes much longer to get that in the mail, but at least you'll receive it. That still doesn't solve the problem of why we're sending the stimulus money out. Millions of Americans need it right now. They needed it way long ago. They should have just sent out the $2,000 and been done with it, but they didn't. Here we are. So hopefully it gets taken care of and everybody gets their payment like they should. Now, make sure your information is up to date as far as your mailing address. There is a form on the irs.gov that you can fill out to update your address. I am not aware if you forward your address. I don't know if the USPS will forward that check. I don't know. I don't know if they'll return it undeliverable. I don't know if they're going to forward that. Some things are not. They don't forward. They just return. So we'll see. I'll look into that if you're in that predicament. But again, if you haven't received your check and you're waiting because you're like, I might get the $600 payment because I closed my bank account. I wasn't part of this tax preparation company, but I closed it. I'll still probably get a payment. I don't think so, unless you're lucky and you just fell into that category where the system just picked you up as a temporary closed account and they send it to you. It's possible, but it's pretty slim. So again, if you're just joining, the IRS will not reissue checks, and that stopped January 15th. It's right in the bill. They're not able to do that because of tax season. They got to get ready. They will begin to process tax returns February 12th, and then it may take weeks from there to get your refund. If you owe, it'll just offset what you owe from what you're owed on the stimulus if you claim that recovery rebate credit. You don't have to claim that, but it's probably a good idea. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Nothing's free, right? It's not free money, but it's not taxable. But there's a lot of good information on the irs.gov site. They've updated a lot of information. A lot of it's the same. They just updated it to reflect January 15th. Go check it out. If you didn't get your payment and you got one the first time, they said there's nothing you have to do. You're going to get the second one. If you haven't received it yet, give it a few weeks into February, and if you still haven't received it, I would just claim the recovery rebate credit. And if you, for some reason, get the check in the mail and your taxes have already been filed, IRS asks you to return that payment. Just return the check. Don't go cash it. Just return it, because you're going to end up having to pay it back anyway. So that's just a quick update. I know that I've been repetitive in some of my videos, but I just wanted to clarify again some things because I'm still getting some questions. But I don't know. That's just, make sure your information is up to date. I know it sucks that you had to close an account, because it happens all the time. People close their accounts for whatever reason, and it should be simple enough to go in to the IRS and just simply update your account info, but they're not allowing that because of fraud, and fraud's a big thing. So if you're seeing an account number that you just do not recognize and you have nothing to do with that, they're saying that's fraud. So you just have to be patient. I know patience is a virtue, but just be patient with us, or not with us, with them. It's a pain because, like I said, people need that money right now, so they should be doing everything in their power to get it out to people that need it. I know that they quickly turned that around, and that's where the mistakes came. But I feel like this third stimulus check is going to happen the same way. They're going to quickly kick it out, and then they're not going to care if it went to a closed account. People have taken loans out and done a lot of things hoping for that money, and then they're stuck waiting. It's bullshit. But what are you going to do? It's the government, right? Anyway, people, as I said, I got a lot going on, but I still want to bring you some content. This takes my mind off things. I like doing YouTube. It's taken my mind away from some things, and that's why I put the content out there. But I got to get going. Definitely appreciate you tuning into my videos, my content. Make sure if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and like my video and share it and drop a comment, and let me know. Maybe I've said some things, and you can correct me. It's all good. I know I'll probably get some negativity. Somebody's always got to be negative, but it is what it is, right? Life goes on. That's your opinion, not mine. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, but just seek out help if you need it. I'll continue to bring you updates as I get them. Again, if you're just joining, I believe that $1,400 check is going to go out. Biden wants it to get done immediately. It still has to be voted on, but I do believe it will go out. When, and I don't know the time frame. It could be next week. Doubt it. It could be mid-February. It could be March. It could be, who knows? But that's one of his first priorities, is to get that stimulus money out. He wants to vaccinate so many millions of Americans with the COVID vaccine within his first 100 days in office. So he's got a bunch of plans for his first 100 days in office. But remember, he's a politician, so some things are said that just never happen. But I do believe, I'm like 95% sure that this stimulus, a third round of stimulus checks will go out. So hopefully they let you do some kind of update, or they send it to an address. And if they do that, make sure your address on file is up to date. So if you're getting ready to move, or you just know that that's going to go to a wrong address, get it updated. Don't wait around, because then you're going to be in the same boat as people that had a closed bank account. If you filed with, I know TurboTax was offering up until like the 16th, or maybe it was the 14th, they sent out emails to their customers allowing them to go in and update their banking information. So when they start releasing the checks to the correct bank account, you'll be one of the first ones to get it. I don't know if they're allowing you to do that anymore. I want to say it expired on the 14th, but double check. I know TurboTax for sure was doing that. One of my loyal viewers dropped a comment and let me know that. So maybe you can reach out to that person. I think it's a couple videos back. Just go through some of my comments. You'll see it. I'm gonna start doing like a member thing and be like $1.99. I still got to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. I don't just want you to join and then boom, you're just, it's a monthly fee. Listen, I enjoy doing YouTube. My channel's monetized. You can see that I don't get a ton of views. I don't have a ton of subscribers, but I enjoy it. And because I do YouTube, I get paid from it, but I'm not making thousands and thousands of dollars a month, nor am I doing it to make thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Would it be awesome? Sure. Why not? But I do it because I enjoy it and it relieves stress. And I like bringing content to you guys. And I don't want to be a clickbaiter where people are putting stimulus check now sent out. Be prepared. Finally approved. Those are all nonsense clickbaits to get you to watch their videos and not skip their ads and blah, blah, blah. But thanks for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. The channel is going to be changing as soon as I get the feedback from YouTube to let me know if the channel name I'd like to use is going to be acceptable. If not, I'll have to go with a new one. For all my correctional viewers and my faithful law enforcement people, I'll continue to bring some corrections content. Like I said, I do have a pretty good story I want to tell, but I enjoy doing the stimulus information because I pay attention to it so much. But keep doing you and have a great rest of your week into your weekend, and just pray. Just pray. Peace!